Hello Crafty Budgeters, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Brittany. On this channel, we are working to craft a budget and a lifestyle to become debt-free. Y'all, how is it already June? I don't know where May went, but it came and has gone as quickly as, I can't even fathom how fast this past month went. But we are in June and we're hitting the ground running. It is a new month. We are doing some new things. We are setting new goals, and I'm just excited to share how I'm setting up my budget for the month of June. If this is your first video, welcome. Hello. We are working to pay off $175,000 worth of debt. Yes, you heard that right. 6 figures worth of debt. So on this channel, I do weekly budgets. I do cash stuffing, work to show you how I am working on my debt snowball. Pretty much, I am taking you along for the ride to help us reach our goals, which it has been so fun so far, and I'm expecting great things to come. If you enjoy all of those things and want to be along for the ride, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We have fun over here. Like and comment if you enjoy this video. I respond back to all of your comments, but we are going to get started because I want to make sure I get this video out to you since it's already June. I know I'm a little bit late. Don't judge a girl. I'm trying. There's just so many things going on, and I'm trying to get as much of my videos out to you in a timely fashion. So just stick with your girl. I'm trying. All right. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to quickly show you what my budget for the month looks like, how I have created this spread. If you don't know, you better ask somebody. I have an Etsy shop where I sell affordable budget printables. So all of the pages that you will see today are on my Etsy shop. You can buy it as a bundle. You can also buy some additional things that we'll talk about. But I just want to show you the theme. I kind of went with the pink and green and flower theme just to give you that June vibe. So you will find a 2-page calendar spread. I'll talk about that in a second. Then I have a June budget. So this is where we're going to do our monthly breakdown. And then I do a paycheck budget every week. So my husband and I get paid every other week. So we have a paycheck every week, and I do a budget for that. So you will see that there's 4 paycheck budget sheets. I have an expense tracker to track my expenses, and then a weekly check-in. So all of those pages that I just went over are in the bundle, and that's $8.50. And then the rest of these pages that I will quickly show you are add-ons, which I believe it's $1.50. So we have a sinking funds tracker, which I will be doing a May sinking funds update, and whatever that amount is, we will add the ending amount is for our sinking funds. We will add that to the beginning and our starting balance for the month of June. And I do have a debt breakdown as well as a cash envelope breakdown. I'll put a picture of that right here. Those are all add-ons that you can purchase. So we are going to jump right in and get started, where I'm going to show you how I broke down the month. Okay, so I brought you in a little bit closer. We're getting close and personal on this budget for June. So what I do in the beginning when I set up my monthly budget is that I track all of our bills and expenses that we know will come out every month. It has the same amount of money, those fixed expenses. I put them in to my 2-page calendar spread. I really like having the 2 pages because it just gives me a little bit more room. I can have the opportunity to track my expenses right on here as well. And so everything that you see in the boxes are our bills that will be coming out for the whole month. For my 2-page calendar spread, I also have a goals section. So the goals that I have for this month is that I would like to put $1,500 to debt. I would like to keep within our grocery budget. Y'all know that this is probably going to be something that I have on my monthly goals every month because it's just something that we're working on. I want to do a family outing. I put meal planning and meal prepping to help with the grocery budget. So at least a couple of times this month. I want to do some planning for our meals, and then I would like to put at least $250 to an emergency fund. So for those of you that are new, I have a goal that I want to save $5,000 in an emergency fund by the end of the year, and I put $50 in the emergency fund envelope every week, but I want to see if we can do a little bit better and add an extra $50. So we will see if we can reach that. And then for our categories, so the categories is what I want to track throughout the week and throughout the month. So the 5 categories that I have are groceries, eating out, gas, personal, miscellaneous. And I picked those categories because typically those are the categories that I overspend on, especially the groceries. Your girl made it happen last month with the personal. I did so well on the personal. Eating out, we went over a little bit now that the world is opening back up and we're going out to restaurants. Like, that is a thing. So I'm gonna have to budget that a little bit differently. And yeah, so those are the categories. And so what I will do is at the end of each week, I will look at what the expenses were for these categories and track them for the weeks. The way that I track weeks are from Friday to Thursday. And so when I do my weekly check-in, that's what we will be looking at for each week. And then I have a note section, and the note that I didn't write, but I made a mark, is that Father's Day is on June 20th. So I have to think about something to get for my husband. And then something else that I want to think about and remind myself is that my son will be starting full 5-day-a-week daycare. Right now he's only going twice a week, but starting this week he will be going 5 days a week. I'm so excited, but that means that my daycare expenses are going up. So I got to figure out how to make that work in the budget too. So this budget is going to be interesting because I have a lot of things I need to change around to make the budget work and to still make sure that we are trying to reach our goals. So that is the 2-page calendar spread. I don't necessarily go through every single expense with y'all just because I don't really think it's necessary. But what I like to do at the beginning of my check-ins for each week, I will turn to this page and you can get a visual representation of the colors that you see based on what I put down. So that is the 2-page calendar spread. Now we are going to work on the June budget. So stick with me. Here we go. Okay, so now that I have put down all of our fixed expenses, variable expenses, and what I plan to do for debt and savings, I want to just quickly go over it with you. For our starting balance, if this is your first time watching one of my videos, I don't share our salaries and I also don't share our mortgage or tithes. Those are just things that my husband and I decided we want to keep private. Y'all, I share a lot with y'all. There's just some things, you just gotta keep to yourself, like a little bit of privacy is fine since I share literally everything else with y'all. So we are starting for this month with $5,955.66. I quickly just wanna go through a little bit of the fixed expenses. So these fixed expenses are the expenses that we know come out every month. The amount pretty much stays the same. Maybe it changes a couple dollars or based on the season, but those are those expenses that we can bank on no matter what will be coming out. And if we don't pay it, they're going to be calling and looking for us pretty much. So the one that definitely has changed is daycare. So with the daycare, I went from paying $150 a week to now I will be having to pay $312 a week. It's not reflected this month because the first 2 weeks, he's still going to be going twice a week. And then starting the 21st, like I said, he'll be going for the full 5 days. So I pretty much did 150, 312 plus 312, and that is how much it is pretty much. But y'all, I'm a little nervous because once it goes to the full amount, this budget is about to be tight. I mean, it is already tight. I've already had to change some things around, but that is the big change for this month. And then will be even greater next month, which, whew, Goodness gracious. But I believe July is a golden month, so we're gonna get paid. There's 5 weeks in July, 5 Fridays, so we'll get paid an extra paycheck, so that'll be a blessing. But anyway, Apple. So this is both my husband and I's storage, as well as Canva and our what's it call it, an Apple Music timeshare. $201. Gym stays the same. Hulu stays the same. Car stays the same. Car insurance went down a little bit, $148.37. Car wash stays the same. Right now, this is just our AES loan that we are paying on. All the other ones are under the CARES Act. For utilities, this is including our phone, cable, internet. All of that's included in there, as well as our electric bill, our Peloton, $41.34, Epidemic Sound, which is the music that you hear in these videos, and then our life insurance. So all of that comes to $3,197.38. So to get the remaining, you take the starting balance total minus this total, and you get $2,758.29. Then when we go over to the variable expenses, so the variable expenses are expenses that are flexible. There's a little bit more wiggle room in those. You can make changes as you go. The fixed expenses, like, you really can't make those changes. So for my categories, I have groceries, eating out, gas, personal, miscellaneous. So those categories that you saw on my calendar spread, as well as a buffer that I like to have in the account. So things are pretty much staying the same. I think I brought down a little bit our eating out, and I brought down our miscellaneous a little bit, and I brought down from other months the personal, because I had to find money, since we are spending more money for the daycare. So that all comes to $1,358.29. So I take the $1,358.29 from the remaining fixed expenses, and that gives me $1,400. And then let me just bring you a little bit closer. Now I'm like trying to keep my little plant in here. I know I'm like not centered, but it is what it is. Then for the plan, so this is what I want to do for our debt and savings. So I have $1,400 to put to those goals. So we have a debt snowball of $1,000. So I gave us $1,000, and then I put a little bit extra, so just $50 extra. My goal is that I will find money through my side income and other ways that is not accounted in here to put towards the debt snowball to get us to the $1,500 goal. We'll see if it happens. If not, it's fine. I'm not going to stress about it. We have stopped or paused the 100 envelope challenge last month. We will pick that up once we reach our emergency fund goal. Our emergency fund gets $250. Well, actually, no. Typically, it gets $200, but I've given $50 again, just like I did for the debt snowball. I'm giving us a little bit more money just because typically I have a little bit more that I can add each week, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. So I just gave the emergency fund a little bit more from the jump. And then sinking funds, y'all, this one's going to be a little bit sad. You know, typically my sinking funds is a little bit higher, but listen, this is the real. Sinking funds is the last thing that I will stuff because I have other goals and priorities. Listen, those bills got to get paid. We got to eat. We got to, eating out is a little bit you got to treat yourself sometime too. But everything else, there's a plan for it. And so this is all I had left over. If I find money some other places or feel like I can move money around each week, I will. But for right now, the goal is to put at least $100 to our sinking funds. And y'all know me, anything's better than nothing. So y'all will be seeing them dollar bills in those sinking funds this month. And that's okay. That is okay. That is a part of why we budget and work towards our goals. So the total amount comes to the $1,400. We are a zero-based budget family. So every dollar has a name and has a place to go. And so the remaining amount should be zero. Now, when we do this budget, this is just the ideal plan. Things will happen. Things will change. We might get a little bit more in our salary, so we can put a little bit more to our starting balances each month. Maybe a bill that I expected to be a certain amount will come down for a little bit, which none of them will. I think I pretty much know all of them. Or maybe we have a little bit, maybe we didn't use as much gas one week, and I can put that money that we would typically be using to maybe sinking funds or putting it to debt. The reason why we create this plan is to give us a focus and an idea of what our money is going to be, basically where our money is going for the month, and then we make changes as we go. We reflect. That's why we do the weekly check-ins, because we want to reflect to see how we're doing. We can make those changes from week to week. And it's been working. It's been working really, really well for our family. And it's really been able to help us reach some of our goals that we have. At the end of this month, we will be doing our second quarter check-in for our debt snowball. Well, not our debt snowball, for our 100 envelope challenge. So even though we paused it, we want to count to see how much we had up until last month. We will be doing a emergency fund check-in. We'll be doing a sinking funds check-in. So that's going to be really fun to do over in the next couple of weeks. So at the end of this week, I'll be starting the first paycheck of June, which is exciting. And then I'm really hype about these two. I'm really hype about, this is the weekly check-in. So I'll be doing the first week, starting the first paycheck, and then I'll put the categories here, the starting amounts, and we'll do that for each week. And then, like I was just about to say, I'm really excited to see what our starting balances are for our sinking funds. But this is the one that I am going to be hyped about, because we did some damage last month with our debt snowball. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, because I am going to be doing our debt update with y'all for May, as well as our sinking funds update. That should be coming out at the end of this week, if not the beginning. It should be coming out at the end of this week or weekend. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, join the Crafty Budgeter fam. Like, this has just been awesome to share my journey with you. If you're interested in any of these pages, definitely check out the Crafty Budgeter Etsy shop. I will link that down below. But that's it. Short, sweet, to the point. We got some goals. We got some things we want to be working on. It is I forgot to put summer on here. That is a note. Like, summer is now approaching. The weather is getting nice. Like, hoping to do some fun things with the family outside, enjoying the sun, being with friends. I can't wait. Here we go. Buckle up. We about to have fun over here. Have a great rest of your day. See ya. Bye-bye.